Let me show you some camera tips and tricks for Google Pixel 11. And first we're gonna start with camera settings, because over there in camera settings we can find many different features. Some of them are enabled by default, some of them are not, so it's just worth checking it out. So we can tap on the setting icon in the bottom left corner and then tap on the three dots here in the upper right corner of this menu. In here we can find many different helpful tools, like for example we have the framing hints, which allows you to get on-screen tips and tools like levelers and focus tips. So for example, if you keep the camera too close to a subject, then you might receive an information or a tip that you should probably keep the distance between the camera, of course, and the subject, and that you might want to move away. And at the same time, there is quite a similar feature, but not exactly the same thing. So we have the camera code, which is something that is available on previous Google Pixel model as well. I believe it was introduced in Google Pixel 10, maybe in Google Pixel 9, I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember exactly. But still, despite not being a completely new feature, I just still think it's a very good feature to use even on a daily basis. What this feature does is it allows you to use a virtual coach, which is going to check out your frame. So if you are about to take a picture, you can then use the camera coach, and the camera coach is going to guide you how to improve your photo. So you will not only get like a message or something, or like a prompt, it will actually show you all the steps that you need to do to improve your photo before you take it. So let's say you want to take a photo of your pet. If the camera coach thinks that there is like a better angle that you might want to, of course, implement, that you might want to switch, then, well, the camera coach is going to show you how to actually position yourself, how you should be able to, how you want to use the camera to actually capture your pet in that example, of course, and take an even better photo. So definitely worth checking out. And there is also a guided frame, which is a very good tool for those who have low vision, or if they have blindness. So the guided frame is going to help you with the frame and automatically take photos for you. There's also a tutorial which I encourage you to check out if you are interested in the guided frame. It's going to be very easy to take photos with this feature if it's difficult for you in general due to, for example, problems with your vision. So definitely, like I said, worth checking out. Besides that, here we have fast access option, or section actually, where we can find the launch mode. And the launch mode allows you to decide which camera mode should be activated straight away once you open the camera, whether it is by just opening the app or by using the double tap shortcut. So if you wish to, for example, use video mode straight away by default, then you can easily change that over here. Besides that, there is also the new magic capture mode, which actually allows you to toggle auto edit. So with the magic capture, you can also automatically improve your best moments. This is how it's described over here. So I assume that as you take photos, they are going to be automatically edited and improved, at least in theory. And if you are looking for the magic capture, then of course it is over here on the left side on this bar. This is how it looks like. So you can take the photo, and it's actually capturing videos and photos at once. So that's a quite interesting feature. And if you need to learn a little bit more about the magic capture, then you can tap on this question mark here in the upper right corner, so you can find some examples and also how to properly use the magic capture. So here, as you can see, we need to go to the magic capture mode, tap the shutter to start capturing, so you will begin recording a video, and then you can review video and photos in your gallery. So definitely worth checking out. Maybe you will actually like this mode a lot. Let's go back to the camera settings menu again for a second, because over here we can also find some more stuff like auto best take, which automatically chooses the best expressions from photos that you take around the same time. So for example, if you take 3 photos, on one photo one person is like blinking and you captured that specific moment, and on the second picture the other person is blinking. So if you couldn't actually make them synchronize or something, then there is going to be the third photo, which is going to be generated by the phone, and is going to simply create the best moment out of these 2 pictures so that everyone has the best expression. Also, we can find frequent faces, which allows you to simply to take better photos of people that you often photograph. So if you, for example, take lots of selfies, or if you take lots of photos for someone with your phone, then I think it's a very good feature that is worth activating, just to find out if, if it actually improves your photos. Besides that, we should be able to find the underwater photography and video. So this is pretty much the underwater mode, which allows you to improve colors when taking photos and videos underwater. However, keep in mind that this doesn't really improve the waterproof features of your phone. It is still recommended to use a waterproof case to be able to take those photos and videos, but this is just for making sure that these photos look great, or videos, of course. Alright, now let's exit settings and let me show you some couple of stuff that we have available here in the camera. So for example, if you switch to the night sight mode, over here we should be able to switch that to astrophotography. So if you tap on this button here in the bottom right corner, here we have the night sight option, and you should be able to extend it all the way to astro, which is going to activate a timer, which you can also adjust over here, and here you can also make sure that astrophotography is enabled. And with this mode, you should be able to take beautiful photos of the night sky, of the moon, for example, and stuff like that. It is recommended to use some sort of like a tripod, something to stabilize your phone, and it might require you to leave your phone for even a couple of minutes to be able to take a very good astro photo. So be ready for that. Besides that, we can find the Add Me feature, which is also a returning returning mode, something that has been available on previous Google Pixel smartphones, but I still think it's a great feature to be familiar with. So with this option, you can take group photos with everyone, including the photographer. And how it works is very simple. First, let's say you are the photographer and there is a group of people, group of your friends. First, you as the photographer take a photo of that group, and you want to make sure that they leave some sort of space in the frame for you. So as you can see here, we have this outline indicating that there should be a space left for the photographer. So once you take the photo of the group, so of course once you use the shutter button, then you want to ask someone from that group to take a picture of you, and just you. So you should be the only person in the frame, and you want to position yourself in that empty space that was left for you in the picture. And then that other person can take the picture for you, and then these two pictures are going to be combined together, and there is going to be one picture of everyone, of the whole group, and you as well. So it definitely a very useful feature, especially on like trips and stuff where you, for example, go sightseeing or something like that. So of course, if you want to take very nice group photos, definitely worth using the Add Me feature. Alright, now besides that, if you go to the video mode, here we can find a teleprompter. So if you tap on the setting here and switch to creator, then you should be able to find teleprompter over here. You can activate it very easily. And in here you can write a script. You should also be able to paste it. So if you have like notes with the like the text that you want to mention, I don't know, like if you want to, or if you often record videos and you often have some sort of like a script prepared for yourself, then you should be able to paste it over here. And with this feature, you can actually see the script all the time. You have this teleprompter. If you begin recording the video, the teleprompter scrolls down. Here we also have some additional settings like dynamic scrolling. You can also adjust the scrolling speed and the font size. So yeah, this is definitely useful for those who often record some sort of like videos, maybe for traveling. If there's like something that you definitely want to mention in your videos, then, well, this is going to be very, very helpful. And besides that, we can of course hide the teleprompter, and unfortunately we cannot move it around. Maybe it is something that is going to be added in the future, but for now it is just stuck here on this upper side. And last thing that I want to show you is the social media grid, also available here in video settings. So if you often record some videos for social media, you might be very happy with this grid line, because it creates this outline of this, I call it a safe space, where the view is not obstructed by any buttons, any information that is usually available in the social media. So usually, of course, if you have stuff like TikTok or Instagram, at the top you can find the, well, in the case of Instagram at least, you can, well, actually on Instagram or on TikTok, you can find some information at the bottom of the video, there are some buttons here on the right side that are supposed to let you like the video or share it or add it to favorites and so on and so forth. So if you don't want something to be covered by with this information or these buttons, then of course this grid is going to be very helpful, because then you know exactly how you need to position your camera to make sure that it is not going to be covered. So yeah, definitely worth using for those who often create some videos, for creators, as it is even written over here in this tab. So I think these are all the essential tips and tricks for the camera that I think many people are going to be very happy about. And if there is something that I missed in this video that you think it's worth mentioning, and then please let me know, and others of course, in the comments, so everyone can benefit off the camera on Google Pixel 11 and they can use the most out of it. Leave a like and subscribe.